Alright, it says I'm live. Not seeing it pop up yet. Hey! Hey, okay, okay. Hey, looks like we got a few people in here. Hey, guys. House secret? Not very, there's people here. Hey, guys. Secret stream, yeah, you know it, you know it. Let me get my setup a little bit better. Hey, can you guys hear me? Everything good? Can you hear the game audio? Can you see things? Guessing everything's going fine? Bacon Guy is streaming, yes. Oh, and if you can hear me, we'll see in a second, I have put on slow mode, which means that you have to wait 20 seconds before you can send your next chat. I hope that helps with the spamming stuff. I think it will. I think it'll be enough, but we'll see. Wow, you ignored me saying last while being first. How dare. Hey, sorry about that, man. Sorry. Wow, so secret. Can you guys hear me, though? That's the main important question. We'll see. I think you guys could probably hear me. Oh, this is a story part. Story parts are stupid. Not, they're not stupid. They're fun. They're fun. They're fun. I just want to skip past it. I'm not here for the story. Hey, look, I didn't collect near enough strawberries. Yes, we can hear you. That's perfect. That's perfect. Oh yeah, I'm in the stream. We got 37 people already, man. That's amazing. Okay, so last time we played, I beat Celeste. Like I beat the game. Technically, I'm done with it. But there's secret levels. There's all kinds of secret levels in this game that you gotta do. You haven't really finished it until you've finished it. And like, I don't think I'm gonna beat the last level on stream. It's like the hardest level, not of all time, but like one of the hardest platforming levels there is. So we'll see. We'll see. Alright, so I guess it's time for comments. Let's see. We can hear you, sweetie. That's great. That's great. Can I wave dash? Yes, I can. I can probably prove that. Let me see. Is this a good game? I think it is. Happy early Easter. Thank you so much. Happy early Easter to you. What do I think of Captain America: Brave New World? Yeah, there's no place to wave dash in here. I've not seen it yet. I heard it was out on streaming, but then I didn't see it on streaming. I checked, and it wasn't there. So when it's actually out on streaming, I will watch it, and I will tell you. Maybe not in a video. It might be too late for a video at this point, but I'll tell you guys. How's my day been so far? It's been good. It has been pretty good. It's been pretty chill. Got to go to a friend's birthday party. That was fun. That was fun. Great time. Let me see. The Kelsey cereal mix? What the heck? Trust, Core, and Farewell ain't that bad. Oh, Farewell's pretty hard. Core's not that bad. Farewell was not easy, though. Maybe I just need to get good, though. Oh, wait a second. Oh! Dude, it's been a minute. It's not how you're supposed to do that, I don't think. Good evening, secret people. Good evening. Good evening. Let me see. Tell your friend happy birthday from us. I will. I will tell you that. I will tell her that. That's great. Secret? More like secret. Now this is a B-side, so more like Beacret? That's not a word, and it doesn't sound like a good one if it was. Oh! Duh. It's been a minute. I gotta like pathfind my way around these levels. There you go. Alright, let's see. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Lucky Charms, and Reese's Puffs in one box. Fascinating. What console shaped you the most? Ooh, okay. I would say, for me, and probably the majority of Gen Z, probably the Wii, you know? The Wii was just such a landmark console for my entire childhood. Like, again, I use Kirby's Epic Yarn songs in the backgrounds of pretty much every video I do, partially because they're really good songs, partially because, like, that game and that soundtrack, that was my childhood, man. Like, dude, I played that game all the time, and it was amazing. Oh, I remember this one. I'm so excited for Secret Stream. Hey, that's great to hear, man. I had time tonight, so it's just like, yeah, I might as well, you know? Might as well. What's my favorite childhood show? Ooh. That's a good question. Oh, I think I've answered that in another stream. It was Phineas and Ferb. That was one I always watched as a kid, and I absolutely adored. Still do to this day. Like, it's great. I hope the new season is awesome. But going back to the other, like, the console question, I don't know if I answered that in full. The Wii one. The Wii definitely helped shape a good portion of my childhood, but I think one that, like, I might have more nostalgia for. As a kid, everybody else had, like, the really cool consoles. Like, my friends had Xbox 360s or PS3s or, like, all the good stuff. I had an NES. Like, I had an NES as a kid. Not even one of those new NESs that's like, the NES Classic Edition. I just had a Nintendo Entertainment System. That was the one that my parents gave me as a kid, and it was great, man. It was so cool to be able to experience the same games that my parents got to grow up with, and I got to grow up with them in a similar way that they did. Like, that's, I don't know, I feel like there's something really cool about that, you know? I played, Punch-Out! Punch-Out! Was probably my favorite game on that system, but I loved Mega Man 2. That one was amazing. Okay, Earthbound on that one. I think it's called Earthbound 0 or Earthbound Beginnings. Like, it depends on which translation you get. It was only in Japan. We bought a cartridge that had like 152 games on it, so it wasn't like a legitimate cartridge, don't tell Nintendo, but it was super cool. What's an NES? Oh, the Nintendo Entertainment System. It was the first ever Nintendo system. Pretty good console. Pretty good console. But it had like 154 games on it. And some of them were obvious games that you'd want to play. Like, they had every Mega Man on there, or the first 6 at least. They had all the Mario games, just the basic stuff. But there were also a bunch of like Japanese games that had been translated. And one of them was Earthbound Beginnings, which was Earthbound on the original Nintendo Entertainment System. The one that most people know is the one from... Oh, dang. Crap, I'm gonna die. The one most people know was the one from the Super Nintendo. That's the one that, like, the characters from Smash, they came from that one. And then they made an Earthbound on the Game Boy Advance, which I think that one was also just a title for... Oh, crud. For Japan, which is kind of disappointing. Like, it's a good series, man. They've still not made another. I get it, though. I think that was one where the creator, he made all he wanted to, and he's just never wanted to go back to that series. So you know what? I respect that. We live in an era where, like, too many people make sequels that we don't need. He didn't. I respect it. Kinda hate it, but at the same time, I would rather him not make a sequel than us get a bad sequel, you know? Alright, let's see. Have I watched Hop before? That is an Easter movie. I've not seen Hop. And that's... The only thing I really know about Hop is that it's basically the original Sonic movie. Because you've got, what, James Marsden? That's his name? Talking to a CGI creature, and they go on a road trip. Like, I don't know, I find it really, really funny that they had really, really similar plots and got the same actor for it. Sonic is so much better, though, from what I've heard. From what I've heard. I mean, no offense to people who, oh man, like one movie more than the other. You're cool. Hey, thank you so much, Hippopotamus. I have a question. Why do you think Earthbound? Why do I think Earthbound? I don't know. It's a good game. It's a good game. The one on the NES was just... It was the best RPG in my opinion. It had... I played Final Fantasy. I did like Final Fantasy 1, I think. I wasn't able to get into Final Fantasy 3 or 2. But I did really like Final Fantasy 1. Earthbound just had better systems. It felt like a more complete game. And then the SNES one was good, but my brother was always more into that one than I was. It was the NES one for me, man. That is my Earthbound. Alright, let's see. Bacon Guy, what new Star Wars movie are you looking forward to? Oh, man. Man. So what? We've got The Mandalorian and Grogu, which I'm not looking forward to that one. It's like Stranger Things Season 5. Like, I was a fan at one point. I don't know, they kind of ruined it, so I don't really care much anymore. The Rey movie? Very much not. Very much not looking forward to that one. I would say probably the one that I still kind of don't believe exists, the Ryan Gosling one. That one's gonna be interesting if it ever releases, because it's what? Ryan Gosling. It's being directed by the dude who did Deadpool and Wolverine. That's crazy, man. Like, if that ever comes to fruition, if that ever becomes a real movie, that's gonna be wild. It feels like that would make Star Wars mainstream again, kind of by, like, ruining Star Wars in a way, you know? So, I don't know if that's a great answer, but that is the one I'm the most looking forward to, because it's the most interesting concept currently. Oh, man. What game is this? This is Celeste. It is an indie platformer game. I think it came out in 2018? It's freaking awesome, man. It is absolutely incredible. Let me... crud. Hello, Opinionated Bacon. Hello, hello. Do I think Win or Lose will get a second season? Almost certainly no. Number one, not enough people watched it. Like, there have been a few other things that kind of made a cultural impact. Like, even Win or Lose, it felt like there were certain scenes from that and characters from that were trending on TikTok there for a minute. But I didn't see much love for Win or Lose on the internet. I saw some. There were some people that were really getting into the episode where it was the boy and the girl that were like, they had the middle school relationship. But that was Ewan. Yeah, Ewan. I don't know. I don't feel like it made that big of a cultural impact, which stinks, because it was an incredible show, man. But... oh, wait a second. How do I do that again? It was an incredible show, but I don't think it made a cultural impact. And then, you got the other problem, which I think is the bigger problem. Disney, Pixar, they basically came out and said, hey guys, we are not doing any more of these. We are done making shows like this, so get over it. So yeah, I think they're not going to be making a season 2. If it got a season 2, I don't think it needs one. Like, it would be nice, it'd be cool to see those characters again, but I feel like they accomplished everything they needed to. So with certain things like Inside Out, I would like a sequel. With Win or Lose, I loved it. It would be cool to have another, but I don't think it needs one in the same way that I think Inside Out would make a great sequel, you know? They kind of told all the story you need to tell in Win or Lose. Okay. I don't think that's how you're supposed to do that, but that's how I did that. So we're just gonna pretend it's right. Oh, are you kidding? Oh my gosh, man. Monsters at Work is underrated. I tried that. I didn't really get into it. It was too cheap, you know? Like, the animation was too cheap. It didn't feel like the writing was that good. I was expecting something like Win or Lose, or even the Inside Out show that kind of feels on par or close to on par, but this felt very much like, I don't know, it was not on par to Monsters Incorporated in my opinion. And the shows did get better. Like, the Cars one, I think, definitely was an improvement from... oh, crud. From the Monsters one. But I don't think any of the shows got, like, worth watching until the Inside Out one. And then, of course, Win or Lose. Like, you guys know my opinions on that one at this point. Let me see. Have I seen The Gaslight District? Yeah, I tried that. That is, for those of you that don't know, that's Glitch Productions' new show. They do, they did The Amazing Digital Circus, they do Murder Drones, they're always putting out, like, new shows and things, which, honestly, props for someone out there keeping originality alive, like, my goodness. I tried it, I got, like, 5 or 6 minutes in, I did not really like it. Like, it was too much, you know, if that makes any sense. There was too much going on at every moment. Because, like, Spider-Verse, I feel like Spider-Verse with the animation, there's so much going on, but, like, it's a good amount of too much, if that makes any sense. Whereas with this, everything felt really, really cluttered. The camera felt kind of zoomed in. I just couldn't focus. It was like, I don't know, my brain was going into overload watching it. I was just like, I can't focus on the story or the characters here. This is too much for me. So I might go back and try it again later, but I don't know. Oh, no! It was not really working out for me in the one time I tried it. Hey, dude! Cody Justin Fannin with $5. Becoming a gun tuber to keep yourself age restricted is crazy. Thank you so much for the $5. Yeah, for those of you that don't really know about the current situation, which you probably do. I assume if you're here watching a stream, you probably saw my post. YouTube keeps setting my videos to made for kids, which it kills the views, it removes the comment section, just all the garbage stuff. You don't want any of that. And it's bots. Like, it's not humans reviewing this, it's bots. They just notice, oh my gosh, this is a person talking about a Disney movie, so, this has to be made for kids, right? No. Maybe it's all ages content. Maybe. But they will just, like, I don't know. They'll turn anything into made for kids, just for what reason, I could not tell you. It makes no sense. But to stop that, because it's bots and not real humans, I don't think, I just added an image of a gun. And I think if the bot sees a gun, it's probably like, oh, well, okay, can't make this a made for kids video then. It was a commenter that suggested it, and that's such a great idea, man. I never would have thought of that, but yeah, it's an absolutely genius idea. Alright. Oh, crud. Yeah, this part's always hard. I'm really bad at the timing stuff, so if we get to the 3rd level of this game, that's gonna be really difficult. There's certain parts of this game I'm good at, that is not one of them. I technically didn't even need to wait for that. Alright, let's see. I saw a good question. What is your favorite candy bar? Ooh, that is a good question. Favorite candy bar? Ooh, Reese's doesn't count as a candy bar. They have a candy bar, but, like, it doesn't count as one. Kit Kat. Kit Kat is always really, really good. Crunch is absolutely underrated. That's a good question, man. Favorite candy bar? I don't know. I think Kit Kat and Crunch would probably be my top two, but there was one time, way back in the day, they don't sell it anymore, but there was this one thing that was sold at one point that was absolutely underrated. Oreo used to have, oh yeah, I remember this. Oreo used to have this candy bar that was absolutely incredible. It was just like an Oreo candy bar. I don't remember what it was called, but it was an Oreo bar, and it was so good, man. We had a good amount of them at one point for just a... I don't even remember why we had so many, but we had tons of those at one point. And they were so good, man. It mixed just like the good parts of a candy bar with the incredible parts of an Oreo. Because I like Oreos, but I think Oreos are one of those things, like bacon, that are better in something than by themselves. This was one of the greatest combos I've ever had. And I don't know why they stopped making it, because oh my gosh. Dude, those things were amazing. Okay, I'm being chased. Yep. Okay, I'm dead. I can check the comments. Least favorite video game? I don't know. With movies, there's a lot that I've seen, and it's just like, oh, that was disgusting. With games, it's like, if I don't play it, then I stop playing it in like if I don't like it, I stop playing it in like 5 minutes, you know? So, there's been very few games that like, I started, and like, I got further than 5 minutes in, and still hated, you know? Oh, wait, I remember how to do this. But... let me see. Oh, yeah, I did that completely wrong. I said I knew how to do it and then did the absolute opposite. Let's see. What are your thoughts on Megamind 1? Also, is it just me, or did they steal the plot from Superman? For Megamind 1? I don't know. There's not too many Superman movies that I've seen, so I don't know if they stole the plot or anything. I do know that Megamind is an impeccably amazing movie, though. And yeah, Metro Man as a character, like, he's very similar to Superman, but I wouldn't say they stole the story. I don't really know, though. I don't really follow, like, Superman stuff, so I wouldn't know. Sorry about that. What do I think of Dano Draw's new show coming out soon called Toon Turf? I hope it's gonna be good. More for Dano's sake than, like, for actual quality's sake, because there's a lot of things like, Gaslight Productions, or whatever the new show was. There's a lot of things like that where I see it and it's like, okay, a lot of talent and time went into this. This really isn't my thing, though. Like, I feel the same way with anime a lot of the time. It's just, it's incredible, or, like, really, really talented. There's a lot of good stuff going on here. It's just not really my thing, you know? I'm expecting Toon Turf to be that. Like, I'm expecting Toon Turf to be, like, good as far as quality goes, but just not something that I personally get too invested in. But we'll see. I really hope it's good, specifically for Dano's sake, because again, he has worked on this thing for, I mean, the last good chunk of his life. For his sake, and for his sanity, I hope this is an absolute knockout of the park. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know when he's releasing it. He seems to be, like, really adamant about the fact that it's coming out soon, more now than ever, so I would expect probably before summer. Hopefully. We'll see. Let me see. Favorite DreamWorks movie? Hi, hey Bacon, when will you post next? Okay, that question first. I mean, I'm going to be posting a short tomorrow, but as far as long forms go, I will have a lot more free time soon to be working on long forms, so I hope to have one out before the 1 year anniversary of the Wish video, which that'll be like June 4th or something? That's my goal. But favorite DreamWorks movie? It's gotta be How to Train Your Dragon, man. And that's one of the reasons I'm so critical of the How to Train Your Dragon remake. These companies make remakes because they're gonna make money. But I think if you're gonna be making a remake, you have opened the doors for any kind of criticism. Because you have decided, hey, this thing, we can make a quick buck on this. This is great. But you're also taking something old and deciding, okay, we're gonna do this again. If you're gonna do something again, you better do it right. So yeah, I'm gonna be really critical of this upcoming Dragons remake because they need to get it right, man. This is their best movie, and if they don't get it right, if they're not accurate on certain things, I'm gonna be mad, man. I'm gonna be really kind of disappointed. So, How to Train Your Dragon, though, is an absolute impeccable masterpiece. A close second, though, a really close second, is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Like, that is another impeccably amazing movie. The first time I watched it, I was just like, okay, that's one of the best movies I've seen in a good long while. But I've watched it a few times since, and it's not just one of the best movies I've seen in a while, it's one of DreamWorks' best movies, period. Like, it is masterful, man. Every moment of that film is just so well put together. Oh, I should not have done that. I don't know. It's such a good movie. It is such a good movie. Do you think you could make a show like Dano's Toon Turf? That requires a lot of things. That requires, number one, talent. Dano has more talent than me when it comes to things like animation. He is incredible with the animation. To be able to put out a video every single day, I mean, now he's kind of stopped a bit. He's slowed down. Like, he doesn't put out videos on every weekday and stuff, which, like, or every weekend, and I get it, man. That's what a grind. But to be able to put out videos of that consistent quality before he even hired the editor, it's like, that's incredible. His animation style is so unique and, like, really, really cool. So, yeah, dude, more power to the guy. But as for me, would I ever be able to do that? I want to learn animation, but as of right now, I don't know how to animate well. And so, yeah, it's a cool idea. Like me making a movie, it is such a cool idea. I do not currently possess those skills. So, yeah, I would love to do that. It's a cooler idea than it is a reality, you know? Oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay. But you never know. You never know. I want to start learning animating. But with the other things I need to do, there's like, I've got normal life stuff that I have to do. I've got every day, I usually post a short. And then I want to work on long forms. I want to work on merch and stuff. I have been working a little bit on that. It's not anywhere near coming out, but like, I've been working on that. There's a lot of other things that I think are on the docket before I get around to, like, focusing on animation. But, dude, I would love to do an animated series with my characters. That would be so fun. I've got, like, some little ideas, but it's not, like, I've not thought out a plot or amazing things I would do. It's just kind of a fun concept, you know? It would just be fun. Oh, I'm dead. Let me see. What is my favorite video game franchise? Portal. Easily. But there are, okay, maybe not easily. There's a lot of video game franchises that I think are better than just a game itself. Because as far as the best game ever made goes, I usually say Portal 2, just because that game it's so good, man. The dialogue is so well written, the characters are great, the puzzles are incredible. But as far as full series go, I think the series that have helped shape me most as far as it being a gamer goes, I am a massive fan of Super Smash Bros. I absolutely love that series, and I cannot wait. I know Super Smash Bros. Is going to be $80 when it comes out on the Switch too, just because that's what Nintendo's doing now, I guess. But just the hype around that game is amazing. There is no other gaming series that can build the hype that Super Smash Bros. Can. And just being there when they announce Steve is coming to Smash, or when they announce that, hey guys, we're adding, I don't know, Banjo-Kazooie, anyone, like, just whenever they announce a new Smash character, the entire internet holds their breath, and it's so cool. So I don't know if that's the best gaming franchise ever made, but there is nothing like Smash, man, and I don't know if there ever will be. Do I read books? Yeah, okay, I say yeah. As a kid, I read a lot more books than I currently do, which kind of stinks. Ah. As a kid, I read a lot more books than I currently do, because again, time. When you get to be older, you have a lot less time to spend on things you want to do, you know? And it's really annoying. Man, again, the timing things, I'm really not good at it. But as a kid, yeah, I read a lot of books. I don't know if this is how it's pronounced. People rag on me a lot for my pronunciation of certain things. And, Roald Dahl, he did, like, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I read tons of his books as a kid, and his books were great, man. Trying to time this, sorry. Man. Man, we might be here a while. His books were great. Harry Potter. Like, Harry Potter's not the most popular series today, but like, I think a lot of people forget those books are some of the best written books of all time. Like, J.K. Rowling, there's a lot of things you could say about J.K. Rowling. She wrote an incredibly good series. And, what else did I read? Oh, The Edge Chronicles. Literally, I don't think many other people have read that series. I think that was a series that was like, it was made by I think it was 2 British guys. And, it went out of print there for a while. I don't even think it's in print today, but that series is incredibly good. Like, the world building in that series is insane. I read Percy Jackson. That was another one that I read a good amount as a kid. I can do this, man. Level 3 is gonna be so rough. Wow. What an interesting stream we have going on here. Man, depressing. Okay, thoughts on Rubber House Animation? I'll be real, I have no idea what that is. I apologize. Will I play online games with viewers? I've thought about that, and I really don't know. I don't know, because like sometimes I see certain things like some of my favorite clips to watch now and then, because they're just so funny, or whenever Queso plays Agario, it is so funny to see just like the stupid things people come up with and all the jokes, and I don't know, it's really funny. Those make for just some of the best like random clips to binge now and then. As for me though, I've thought about doing like an Apex Legends thing, because that's like one of the few games that I play. I don't play it much anymore, but I do play Apex Legends. I like it. I don't know though. I don't know. I can't promise anything. That'd be kind of cool, but I really don't know. Man. Man, we're gonna be here a while. Chicken Jockey is the downfall of our society. Ah, man, I loved making that video. I knew that one was gonna be, at least, I don't know, an interesting hook. Cause like, I don't know, it's funny. I don't know about witty, but it's pretty funny. I don't know. That was a fun video to make. There's certain videos that are like a lot more fun than others. And that one was one that I've made recently where it's just like, oh, this is a good one, man. Ah, I could have landed on the top there. Oh man, I was almost out. Ah, it's that little tiny bit of timing right there. I can't get that, man. And I have beaten Farewell. This should not be difficult. Ugh. Thoughts on Preston / Pasta Man from Shorts Wars? Okay, I'll be real. I think that was a Season 2 thing. I did not watch Season 2 of Shorts Wars. Again, like, I talk all the time about how Shorts Wars, like, that is one of the reasons I do what I do. I guess you could call it a show. That inspired my channel in a lot of ways. Just seeing the fact that people could do so much with YouTube Shorts was incredible. I'd never seen anyone do that. But when it came to Shorts Wars Season 2, this is gonna sound like a really weird complaint, but the people who've been around for a while know it. I don't like watching things with cursing. I don't like it. And so when people start cursing a lot, like, I become a lot less interested. And so with Shorts Wars Season 2, the guys, some of my biggest inspirations, I love these guys, so this is not like a big knock against them, but there was so much more cursing in Season 2 than there was in Season 1, and it was enough to the point where it's just like, okay, I'm good. And the lore got really, really confusing. With the first one, you only had to watch like 6 different channels. With the second one, there were so many other people involved, there was so much more going on. I don't know, I couldn't really keep up with it. So I'm pretty sure I did keep up with part of it though. I think you're talking about like Evil Riggy or Clone Riggy. I think Dano is awesome for the fact that I don't know, he has this idea for Toon Turf, and then he's able to write this other thing into it, you know? He was able to write the whole Shorts Wars thing into it, and it's like canon now. And I don't know, that's cool. I respect that. That took so much longer than it should have. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. We got 95 of you watching. Thank you so much for watching me struggle through that. That was embarrassing. Do I think Toy Story 5 has a chance to be good? That's an interesting question. I think Toy Story 5... No, we just did this. I think Toy Story 5... Listen, any movie has a chance to be good. I was thinking about this earlier, actually. I might one day do a video about the most... Oh, I can do a wave dash. If the guy who said, hey, do a wave dash is still here. There you go, wave dash. Oh yeah, I was considering doing a video on the most underrated Pixar movies. And the movie that I think is absolutely underrated, I made a video about it a long time ago, Monsters University. I think that is one of the most underrated films Pixar's ever made. It's so good, man. Like, the themes are so good, the characters are so good. I love it way more than Monsters Incorporated. Like, it's so much better. And people's biggest complaint about that movie is it wasn't necessary. That is my complaint when it comes to Toy Story 4. I don't think Toy Story 4 was necessary. I don't think the story was any good, but people complain about Monsters University being unnecessary. Because yeah, it is a prequel. Technically, it's unnecessary. My point to that is, every sequel, every prequel is unnecessary. We didn't need Toy Story 2. Toy Story 1 was perfectly fine how it was, but Toy Story 2, there was room for a story, and they made a story. Toy Story 3, there was room for a story, and they made a story. With Toy Story 4, the way I thought about it was, listen, if they're going to make a story, if they have to revisit a universe, you better have a darn good reason to revisit that universe. And with Toy Stories 2, 3, yeah, they had great reasons. Those movies were awesome. They explored some new themes, they had great characters, they were a great way to push the series forward. Toy Story 4 was not a good story. It was not a good reason to go back to that universe. So that's why I would argue Monsters University is... Yeah, it's not necessary, none of them are, but there was room for a good story and they made it happen. And so that movie has a reason to exist and is awesome. Toy Story 4, there was not. It was not that good. And so, yeah, I don't think there was room for a story. So then Toy Story 5. Listen, it's the same question. Is there room for a story? I don't think so. I think Toy Story 4 proved they should have stopped at 3. That was the perfect ending. But obviously Toy Story 4 made over $1 billion, so when Disney's in a bit of a hard spot, yeah, you're gonna pull out Toy Story 5. So I think it was inevitable in a way. I don't think it's gonna be good, but could it be? If there is room for a good story, yeah, it's gonna be a good movie. I think Toy Story 4 proved there's not. But maybe they've come up with something that is, so I'm gonna be super skeptical of that movie, more so than even things like Elio, which I am skeptical of. But there could be. There always could be. I don't think there will be. We'll see. Did I know there was a scrapped Monsters, Inc. sequel? Yeah, I've heard about that. I don't know much about it. I may make a short on that one day when I learn about it, because a lot of the time with these shorts, like, I'm learning just as much as you guys are. Like, the Emperor's New Groove thing. I wanted to make a short about, Emperor's New Groove and the whole history behind it, because I knew the history was crazy, but I had never really studied the history. So I took a good long while to study it. I think it was either Variety or Deadline. They have very similar looking websites. They put out a long article on it. And it was one of the most fascinating articles I've ever read. It was so cool, man. So, like, a lot of the time when I'm making these shorts, I'm learning too, you know? And so with that, maybe I'll do that one day. Maybe, I know it exists. It'd be a cool topic to explore, so maybe I'll explore it one day. Do I think something like Win or Lose would work in a movie format? Something like Win or Lose, yes. I think you could do a story where you jump around a lot to different people. I think they could totally pull that off. That would probably be pretty cool. There's probably already an example of that. But just like a big ensemble cast, you jump around a lot to a bunch of different people, maybe something that's going on all in the same day or the same week. Yeah, that could be interesting. With Win or Lose specifically, could that have been a movie? I think it could have, but I'm glad it wasn't. It made more sense to be a show. It worked really well as a show. It was a lot of content too. Like, it was 3 hours, 4 hours. Like, I don't know. That's a lot of animating, man. The people who put that together, they put together something of movie quality, and it got like less than half the recognition that even the average Pixar movie gets, and no money. Like, streaming stuff makes barely any money. Streaming platforms sometimes make money, but the shows and movies themselves, like, that's really hard to quantify. And this one wasn't culturally relevant like something like Stranger Things, so yeah, overall I think Win or Lose was kind of, I don't know, a flop in a way. But could it have worked as a movie? I don't know. I'm glad it wasn't. That's about all I can say about that. What do I think they could do story-wise for Inside Out 3? Keep going. What, this last one was middle school? Give us high school. People want the next one to be like Riley getting married or something like that. Listen, it's not time for that yet. That can be Inside Out 4 or 5. And this is one of the few series out there that I am fine if they keep making more and more and more and more. Inside Out is one of those few things where the concept, you can just do so much with it, you know? You can take that concept anywhere. It can keep going because life keeps going. Life never stops. You keep growing up until, I guess, you die. And then, yeah, then I guess Inside Out has a reason to end. But like with Toy Story, that story was over. There was no reason to keep telling Woody's story and Buzz's story. They ended it. Whereas with Inside Out, you can keep going, man. There is still room for more stories because there is, I don't know, there's more life. There's always more life. So I would say high school. It makes sense to tackle romance next, I guess. Like, they've been really cagey about that. Just because, like, I don't know. In middle school and stuff, that stuff isn't as necessary. And I think, where was I going with that? I don't know. I think by the time you get to high school, it makes sense to tackle romance. Because with the last two things, when she was before, like, when she was in 5th grade or so, that made sense to be about family. Then the next one, middle school. Like, middle school is when people get really involved with friends and stuff. It made sense for that one to be about friends. I think the next one, it makes sense to be about romance. So, we'll see. Whatever it is, I wish Pixar the best. I hope it's good. With all of these projects, I hope they're good. I hope Toy Story 5 is good. I hope Incredibles 3 is good. I don't think they will be, but I hope they are. So, I'm thinking romance. I'm thinking romance. Okay, I looked at the comment screen for just a second. Okay, let me see. Have I watched Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man? No. That was one that, like, people really wanted me. Oh, wow, what the heck? People really wanted me to watch that one, and I don't know. With my time, I have to be really careful about what I watch, just because, like, I have limited time, and so I want to watch the best things, you know? The things that I think will make the best videos, the things that I'm personally the most interested in, and that, I mean, it could have made an okay video, but I didn't think it would make a really, really, really good video. And so I didn't do it. I wasn't interested enough in watching it. So maybe it was good. I don't know. It was a Marvel Disney Plus show. I've been burned by a lot of Marvel Disney Plus shows, you know? Like, you think, oh, this is gonna be good, this is gonna be great, and then it's just not. What If was fine. Like, I thought the first season of What If was pretty okay. The Doctor Strange episode is one of the most underrated pieces of television ever, though. That was freaking awesome. But, I don't know. Probably won't watch the Spider-Man one anytime soon. The time for that has also passed, you know? Like, I could have watched it, I did not. I kind of missed the boat on that. You know something else I missed the boat on, which I didn't think I was going to be mad that I missed the boat on? Snow White. Listen, it became the fact that these theaters were empty. You could basically guarantee yourself an empty theater if you bought yourself a Snow White ticket. And we've got a theater nearby that does a special $5 day. And I was just like, you know what? For $5, I should see anything. Anything that's in theaters that I think will make a decent video, yeah, I should go see that. And I checked, I think I missed Snow White by like a few days or by a week. So it's not in the cheap theater anymore, and I'm not paying like good money to go watch that movie, you know? Man, that was depressing. So, I don't know. Feel kind of bad. Should have watched that. Even though it's bad, should have watched that. That would have made a good video. Have I ever played D&D? Okay, I've not played D&D. I really did like the D&D movie, though. I liked it quite a lot. That was one of the best movies we've gotten in a good little while. Okay. Timing. You guys know, with me, it's the timing. Ah, nah, why did Waluigi lose? Bah. Man. Okay, let me see. Are you a piece of bacon? Yeah. Yeah. Bacon guy. It makes sense to be a piece of bacon, you know? It makes sense. Let me see. What is my favorite platformer? Okay. I mean, of all of them, Celeste is probably number one. Like, this game is so good. It's so good. Even when I can't get the timing right, I absolutely love this game. But, I mean, Kirby's Epic Yarn, you guys know that one with me. Like, it's... I gotta put Kirby's Epic Yarn on there. That's such a good game. Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight is one of the best platformers out there because for the price of one game, you get 5. Now, one of them is Plague of Shadows. That one is kind of mid, and then you also get a really, really mid Super Smash Bros. Ripoff. But you also get Shovel Knight, which is a great game. You get Spectre of Torment, which is one of the best platforming games ever, and then Shovel Knight King of Cards, which was, like, even better than Torment in my opinion. The platforming in Torment, I think, was a bit better, but, like, King of Cards, instead of having 8 big levels, it had a bunch of small levels, which was a weird design choice, but then it was awesome, and, like, I understood why they did it. I was glad they did it, so those are some of the best platformers out there. I was also a huge fan of Castlevania Aria of Sorrow? Aria? I don't remember how that's pronounced. Aw, crud. That was on the Game Boy Advance. It was absolutely fantastic. Loved that game. Like, I don't like Metroidvanias. That was an incredible game. I need to try Hollow Knight. I might do that on a stream if, like, Celeste ends up getting too hard. Or, like, I beat everything. Probably the too hard before I beat everything, but still. At some point, I'll probably do Hollow Knight. It makes sense, you know? Okay, there you go. What is my favorite game? Portal 2. Portal 2 is one of the best games ever made. It is just fantastic, man. Okay. Can I just jump over? Oh my gosh, I could have done that the whole time! Ah! I don't know, it's hard to answer questions and think like this, you know? Hey Bacon, when is your birthday? I don't want to get into any kind of personal details, even if it is just as superfluous as my birthday, but I will say, my birthday is a day that I posted a video on. So, I think there's about 5 or 6 days throughout my entire channel history that I have not posted a video. Probably over that at that point. We're probably at like 10. So you can, if you really feel like it, you can go through all my videos and figure out like 8 days it's not. Literally nobody wants to do that. That is a huge waste of time. So, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't like putting my personal information out there, even if it is as superfluous as that. Because, like, I don't know. People on the internet are weird. So, the more careful I can be when it comes to something like that, the better. Even if it does mean that, like, you guys don't get to know my birthday. Alright, let me see. Do I like Disney movies? Ah, buddy, have you seen my channel? I feel like half the videos I post are Disney. This room is freaking hard. Oh my gosh. I forgot about this one. Oh no, we are gonna be here a while. Yeah, like, I feel like most of my videos are Disney videos. And, like, that's... It's both cool and kind of frustrating at the same time. I got to a point recently where it's just like, okay, I need to make less Disney content. It has been so much Disney recently. Because a lot of the ideas are really good. Like, I think the Disney Princess Grass one, the one where it's like, which Pixar character is too short for a roller coaster. Like, those are really fun ideas. But I feel like I was, like, not abusing Disney content, but it was just, it was too much, man. It was too much for me. I needed something different. And that's why I've been watching more movies recently. Even if it is things like Big Hero 6 and Soul and Spies in Disguise. Some of which are Disney. Like, it's new, you know? It's not just going over the same things I talk about all the time. So, I don't know. I've been trying to diversify a little bit. But yes, I do like Disney. Talk about them a little too much. But I enjoy it, you know? There's... Disney, as a company, there's so much to talk about and so much to say. So, it makes sense to be talking about them all the time, you know? Alright, let me see. Which movie did I want the villain to win? Wish. Gotta put that on there, because King Magnifico is a bad character, but, like, he's a better character than the girl, Asha. I've seen people get, like, so annoyed where they're just like, oh my gosh, people keep saying online that Asha is the bad guy and King Magnifico is the good guy, and they don't get it, they're stupid. Buddy, did you watch the movie? Asha is so annoying. She's such a poorly written character. She makes all of these horrible decisions. Toxic. I don't like using that word, but I think it is completely okay to be used in that scenario because it fits her. She's horrible. And King Magnifico has a point. Like, not everyone should have their wishes granted. Is he a bad guy? Yes, he ends up turning into a super cartoonish villain later on in the movie, but oh my gosh. I don't know. That movie is a travesty. Moana 2 was not that bad, but that one, it was also really bad, man. I didn't like the villain in that one. I didn't like the singing. It wasn't a good movie. It's just such an empty film, you know? Did my theater go crazy during the chicken jockey scene? It did not. Like, there was clapping and there was cheering, but there wasn't, like, the stuff that's been on the news, where it's just, like, people go insane. They bring in live chickens. They're throwing popcorn everywhere. Nah, our theater is great, because, like, whenever there was a quote, like, Flint and Steel, everyone was just, like, they went wild. It was great, man. But they didn't go crazy wild. It was just kind of like, woo! Yeah! It was great. I absolutely loved it, man. The Minecraft movie, as a movie, it's a bad movie. Let's just be real, it is a bad movie. The Minecraft movie as an event is amazing. Okay? It has brought people together. It's just been a fun time, you know? It's cool to go to a theater, and even if it's a bad movie, you're having a fun time with your friends. At the end of the day, if you're not blowing up the theater, that's awesome. That's cool, man. So, bad movie, great time. That's what I can give the Minecraft movie. But yes, Chicken Jockey. Let's see. Still haven't seen The Day the Earth Blew Up. I don't think that's out on streaming yet. If it is, I have pretty much every streaming service, so I'll watch it, you know? I need to make a video on it. I don't expect it to be good. I hated the trailer. You guys know that happened with Win or Lose. Anything can be good. I don't think it will be, but anything can be. I would much rather have, like, I would rather my opinion be changed and for me to say, I was wrong, this is amazing, than to watch it and it to be as bad as I fear, you know? Like, I feel like I'm pessimistic a lot of the time about things, but I would rather be pessimistic and wrong than optimistic and right. When a lot of the time I see red flags. Fantastic Four. This is a movie that, like, a lot of people are super excited for. I'm not. I see a lot of red flags with this movie. I don't think the casting was great. I don't really like the look of it as much as a lot of other people do. I don't like the chemistry of the characters, the cast, or I could have not died there. That was frustrating. I don't know. I am hoping it's better than it looks, but right now it looks bland, man. It looks like it doesn't have much going on. But again, I would rather be proven wrong than proven right. Please, Disney, please, Marvel, prove me wrong. I would love that. That's frustrating. How many Thomas the Tank Engine characters can you name? That is a good question, actually. How many Thomas the Tank Engine characters can I name? There is one point where I had a list of them. Don't ask why. I collect random lists of things for various short ideas, and not everything ends up, like, turning out the way I want it to. But let's see, how many can I name? So what, you got Thomas, you've got James, you've got Duck, Oliver, Bill, Ben, Diesel, Daisy, Boko, Duke, Sir Handel, Terrence, Trevor, Harold, Bulgy? Wow, okay. Caroline, and that's about enough. That should be enough for you, though, I hope. I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know. There's all kinds of different lists I come up with sometimes to make a short on, and then it doesn't end up turning out, like, into a short. So, oh well. Maybe one day there will be the coveted Thomas the Train short, but not today. And oh my gosh, we just did that. That's amazing. Dang. I did not say that from memory. I had a list near me. I will not claim to be something I am not. Alright. Do I think I'd want to voice something in a future video of mine if I had time? I really do not know. It would depend on a lot. Like, I would have to see, there's a lot of people that, like, want me to collab with them, or they want me to do something with them. For me, my criteria is, I will probably collab with you or do something with you if I see your content and, like, it's something that I would watch on a normal day, you know? Because there's a lot of people that, like, they make stuff and, I don't know, they're like 9 or 10. And I don't want to just come out and say, like, I don't know. If you're 9 and 10 and you're making stuff, when I was 9 and 10, I was making stuff. And if I hadn't have made that, I would not have made my current YouTube channel, you know? So, like, more power to you. But, like, a lot of the time, I don't know, the content's not the best. So, I don't know. There was one dude today that I was watching where I was like, whoa, this guy does not have enough subscribers. And I was just like, maybe this is the kind of channel I would collab with, because I watch it and I see potential. I see I don't know. They're really cool. They look like they're going somewhere. Whereas with a lot of channels, it's like, I don't know. I get requests sometimes from channels that have like 13 subscribers, and they're like, hey, can we do something together? And it's like, I don't know. Once you grow more of an audience, once you get more of, I don't know, more into YouTube, you know? Then, probably, yeah, we can talk. But if it's just like, you've got 13 subscribers and you make Roblox videos, probably not. So, I don't mean that as an insult to anyone, and I don't know what your content is specifically, the person that asked the question, so maybe. Comment below this, below the live stream, say you were the one that asked that question, and I'll give your channel a check. Again, though, the time thing, so I can't promise anything, I can't promise I would do anything. But if there was, like, an animated series or character or something someday, maybe I'd be interested in that. I really don't know. Again, I don't even watch, like, glitch production stuff a lot of the time. I did watch the one today, though. That showed up in my feed. Let me see. Timing, man. Okay. Bacon Guy, make a short of the Easter story. The real Easter story. Just gonna say, you might be interested in tomorrow's video. You might be. I've not made it yet. I have recorded it, I've written it out, and I've started on it. But I was just like, I have way more time than usual tonight. I might as well stream, so I'll get around to finishing it later. I think it's gonna be a pretty good short. I think it's gonna be pretty good. But yeah, it might delve a little bit into the real story of Easter. Let me see. Where are the majority of your subscribers from? Also, count me in. I'm from Belize. Hello from Belize. Did you comment on one of my last few streams? I feel like somebody said that they were from Belize. So, thank you so much for coming, man. That is freaking incredible. The majority of my viewers are from the US. Like 59%, I think, which I expected that number would be so much higher than 59%. I thought it would be like 70 to 80%, if not 90%, but no, 59%. Oh, this is gonna be hard. I'll just sit back for a second. Other than that, I have like 8% are from like the UK, or between like 8 to 12% are from the UK. A good amount of people are from Australia. You would be surprised how many people are here from Australia. Mostly the English-speaking countries. So that's like UK, Australia, America, Canada, a lot of people from Canada. The Philippines, I think they're the biggest non-English speaking country that watches my stuff. Which, like, cool, shout out to any people from the Philippines here. Belize though, that's awesome, man, that's so cool. I was gonna make a short one time about, my audience, and just like who my audience members were. But number one, I think Royal Pair just did that, and he did a better job than I would have. And number two, I started that short. I don't know. There's sometimes where I start making a video, and it's not coalescing. It's not good enough. Like, I have a bar for how good my shorts can be, and sometimes in making them, it's just like, this isn't very good. And the bar's not perfect. Sometimes a short comes through, it's just like, that could have been so much better. But there's certain things where when I'm making a short, it's just like, this is not up to par. This is not good enough. Okay, yeah, the timing on this one is gonna be wild. Special edition of Gun of the Day. Ooh, I'll be real. I am not a gun person. I don't know much about guns. So the fact that I have become kind of like, guns have become an important part of my channel is really, really funny to me, man. Like, I've got friends that are really into guns, and some of them, they even watch my videos more now because of the guns, which I think is amazing, man. It's hilarious. But I don't know, I'm not really that into guns. So with the guns, what happens is, at the end of every day, when I'm making my short, the last thing I do is the gun. I will search gun, and the comments, anyone who suggests a gun of the day, I will try it. And because it's a bot, like I said earlier, that watches the video, I want to make sure it's gun shaped enough. And there's certain things that, like, they're a gun, but they're like really, really long. I feel like the bot could mistake it for a stick or something. And so I don't usually pick those. I usually go with, that's why it's been a lot of pistols and stuff recently, because pistols are very gun shaped. But I just search the word gun and pick a random comment suggestion gun, and then that becomes the gun of the day for that day. So yeah, that's, if you want your gun or your gun suggestion to be in, I don't know, gun of the day, then just add the word gun into it, and that will increase the chances exponentially. And make sure it's really, really gun shaped, just so like the algorithm can know. So, again, I don't really know much about guns. What I usually do is I'll find that, and then I will learn a little bit about it, usually from Wikipedia. I know they're not the best source, but, like, if it's just a quick little fact, I feel like it's probably okay, you know? And I'll just write it down, and put it in the short. And then people are just like, dude, this is the best gun ever, or dude, this is the worst gun ever. And it's so funny, because, like, I don't know much about the gun. So it's so cool seeing what you guys know about the guns. You guys are so much more knowledgeable about that kind of thing, and a lot of other things than I am, you know? Nope, that's not how you do that. Okay. Have I done an M60 yet? Okay, the other thing I need to do. I need to make a list of all the guns that I have done and have not done, because I don't know if I've done the M60. And there was a gun someone suggested the other day where I was just like, oh, I need to do that. And then I already had a picture of it saved, and it was just like, okay, no, I'm not doing that then. So I need to just make a list of which ones I've done and which ones I haven't. Alright, let's see. Woo, thank you, sir. Glad to help. I edit Wikipedia from time to time. Good to hear. The rule of thumb is, like, don't trust everything you read on Wikipedia or the internet in general. And with Wikipedia, like, anyone can get on there and write whatever they want. So, like, I assume a lot of things, sometimes they're, like, politically biased towards one side or the other. So when it comes to, like, certain political figures or certain things from history, yeah. If you're studying for, like, a history report, don't go to Wikipedia, go somewhere else. If it's just a gun fact, though, I feel like Wikipedia, it's gotta be okay, you know? Like, just to figure out, hey, this gun is this size, this gun is this name, this gun was created this year. I feel like that's okay. If it's not, though, tell me in the comments. Like, if I'm doing it wrong, like, I would much rather know that I'm doing it wrong and stop doing it than, like, keep thinking I'm doing it fine this whole time, you know? Okay. Ah, no! I didn't grab the wall. That is annoying. Why is Walt Disney such a future success? I really have no idea. I apologize. What is my opinion on the upcoming Season 5 of Phineas and Ferb? I want it to be good. I want it to be good. Phineas and Ferb is another one of those things where it's like, I don't think the story of Phineas and Ferb matters as much, you know? Like, if they announced a third season of Gravity Falls, I would be mad. The story is over. You don't need to tell more. Phineas and Ferb, it's not the story that matters. It's the formula, you know? Like, it's about, Phineas and Ferb just doing the same thing every day. They build something wacky, and Candace tries to stop them. It's about Doofenshmirtz being Doofenshmirtz and, like, messing up every day. Perry the Platypus coming in to stop him. So, like, I feel like they were running out of ideas in Season 4, but if they've come up with more ideas, I am open to the idea of Phineas and Ferb coming back, you know? Hopefully it's good. I don't know, Disney as a company has changed a lot. I hope they don't make it political or weird or anything. I know with the Animaniacs, like, I tried watching the new one they had on Hulu or whatever, and, like, it was so focused on bashing Trump. And listen, I'm not gonna defend Trump, I'm not gonna say he's awesome, I'm not gonna say he's horrible. I try to stay politically neutral on this channel. But that's, I don't know, if it was Trump or if it was Biden or whoever they were bashing, it's just like, I don't know, I watch these things to be entertained. I don't watch these things for you to put your political ideals in it and tell me what I need to think about certain things, you know? And so with Phineas and Ferb, I don't think they're gonna, like, throw Trump in there or throw Biden or any of those people in there. But, like, I don't know. Hopefully it's not political. Disney can be political sometimes, and they've been getting more political recently. So I really hope they don't. I found this secret stream just like the last one. Hey, secret streams are always right here. The only reason I call them secret is because I don't announce them beforehand. They're not actually that secret. On Wikipedia, anyone can edit, but the edits are reviewed by people who go and make sure it's correct. Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I still don't fully trust it. I know it's probably better than I think it is, but at the end of the day, I don't know. I try to be careful with Wikipedia, which I say that, and then I dedicate a large portion of my channel to Wikipedia, so what do you know? Maybe I don't know anything. This room is hard. This is gonna be difficult, okay. I like the music. Oh, dude, the music in this game is fantastic. This is not one of my favorite songs. I hated it at first, but, like, the more I've played this game, the more I've come around to just realizing this is not that bad of a song. It's pretty okay. Bruh has that teacher mindset, lol. Maybe. I'm a boring old adult at this point, man. I am an old curmudgeon. I am the Grinch reincarnated. I don't know why I said that. The Grinch isn't a teacher. How? Oh, how was I still alive? That was wild. Have I played this game before? Yes. Yes, I have. I love it. I've beaten the final level, Farewell, before. Doesn't mean I'm absolutely incredible at this game, especially not when I'm talking. I just really enjoy this game enough to, like, play it that much, you know? It's super cool. It's great, man. Okay, I'm gonna clutch up real quick. Make sure I do this right. There you go. Okay. Do I like the Disneyland show? I don't know what that is. I apologize. Let me see. What if you did weapon of the day? Could you add like flamethrowers and stuff? Again, the problem isn't the guns, the problem isn't the weapons. The bot that makes these things made for kids, I want the bot to know it is a gun or a weapon. And so that's why I pick things that are really, really gun-shaped, you know? Oh, I held on to that for way too long. That's why I pick things that are gun-shaped, because like, I want the bot to know it's a gun. And so with flamethrowers and stuff, maybe? Probably not, just because unless it's a really gun-shaped flamethrower, the algorithm's probably not going to pick it up. So, like, that's why I haven't done Tank of the Day, even though people want that. That's why I don't just do random military equipment, because, like, it's not a gun. The bot probably won't pick up anything that's not a gun. So, yeah. I apologize, though. It would be fun to do more different stuff, but at the end of the day, the point of Gun of the Day is... Oh, I did that wrong. It's to have the bot decide, oh, maybe this is not made for kids, which you'd think it would just find that out through other means, but no. No, you can't have good things in life. Let me see. Hi, Bacon Guy. Hello, Math Meow. Hello, hello. Grenade launcher? I have done a few grenade launchers. Those are rather gun-shaped. Man just made an Epic the Musical reference. Okay. I've seen people say that a lot about my different videos. Epic the Musical, and I think there was one other thing where people were just like, dude, that was the most clever reference to this I've ever seen. I've never seen Epic the Musical. So, I don't know if that's a joke online where like people are just like, oh my gosh, that was a great reference to this thing, when it's like, obviously not a reference to that thing. But with Epic the Musical, I've never seen it, so I apologize. I died. Well, I apologize. Let me see. What about a cannon? I don't know. I don't know if the bot would pick that up and like say, hey, this is definitely not made for kids. Because with a gun, like, I don't know, guns are relevant. They're, I don't know. They're the kind of thing that you would expect not to be strictly in a kid's video, you know? Whereas a cannon, I feel like that's more historical, you know? So, I really don't know. I don't know where the line is. I just know I like them to be gun-shaped, and a cannon is not super gun-shaped. Could be less gun-shaped, though, you know? Let me see. Will I make more content with my other characters? I want to. I would like to. I'm not currently planning on doing anything else. Like, I know with the last secret stream, people were asking if I would do that, and I was just kind of like, maybe I'll do that one day. I was already deep into editing the April Fool's video, and so I knew, like, that was gonna happen within a few days, and I really hoped people would like it. And they did, which was so cool to see, man. But right now, I'll just be frank, I have not touched those characters since. I think I've used them in, like, the background of a short or two, but I'm not working on anything currently that's, like, related to those characters. We'll see. We'll see. I would love to keep using them, and I do plan on having them pop in here and there, but I don't have any, like, grand plans with those characters currently. They're awesome, though. They are incredible. I'll look at another comment in a second. I'm dead. Okay. Will I make more commentary gaming content? It depends on what you mean by that. Like, if you mean just what I'm doing right now, where we're having a commentary and I'm playing a game, yeah, I enjoy doing these streams. So, like, I expect to keep doing this for a little while, you know? They're fun. Nope, can't do that. I just drop in every once in a while, whenever I have the time. It's like, why not? Why not just do another stream? It's great. But when it comes to, like, will I talk about video games more? Probably not. Like, I talk about the Nintendo Switch 2 recently. Dude, wait, D-Man official, $10, money. Hey, thank you so much, man. That money, dude. You know what I do? You know what I do with the Super Chat money? Typically, I got a Taco Bell. I absolutely love Taco Bell. So with this kind of, with any of the super chat money that I get from this stream and pretty much anything else, I take that and I go to Taco Bell and I have myself a good time. So thank you so much. You have paid for a Taco Bell meal and I absolutely appreciate it, man. Dude, I love Taco Bell. Probably more than I should, but it is absolutely incredible. What was I even talking about? Epic the Musical, but then something else. Oh yeah, gaming content. As I've said before in other streams and other things, gaming content is a lot harder to make than movie content, because with a movie, you just watch like something that's an hour and a half. With a game, it can take upwards of like 40 hours, and then you get a 1-minute video out of it. That was also my problem with shows like Gravity Falls. I loved Gravity Falls. Like, I do not regret watching that. But at the same time, it was difficult to watch that for my channel, you know? Because, like, I watched the entire show. It had 40 episodes and got a 1-minute video out of it. Awesome show. Bad time investment if you really think about it. Like, with that time, I could have watched any other movie and made just a better, not a better video, but just, like, had more to say, you know? And with Win or Lose, that one was different. Because that one was... it was coming out, and so it was relevant, it was current, and I was able to keep putting out Win or Lose videos whenever a new episode dropped. I don't know, that was awesome. That's one of my favorite things I've done with my channel. The whole Win or Lose saga was great in my opinion. Oh, crud. Oh, gosh, this is gonna mess with all my timing senses and abilities. Okay. Respect and over multiple streams too. Yeah, D-Man Official has donated a good amount of money at this point. So, dude, thank you so much. It is, in a way, it's unnecessary, but at the same time, it is so appreciated. So, thank you so much, man. Seriously. Dude. Okay, let me see. Oh, man. Ah, no. Do I watch anime? No, I don't watch anime. It's one of those things, like indie animation, that, like, it's good. A lot of people like it. Not really my thing. And that's okay. Like, not everything is everyone's thing. And anime is not really mine. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me see. Yay, more pain. Yeah, this keeps going, man. Thoughts on the pilot for the Gaslight District? I was talking about it earlier. Currently, I got about 5 minutes in. It is too much for me. Like, I tried it. The animation, I felt like everything was so zoomed in. There was so much going on everywhere at once. With Spider-Verse, I feel like it's balanced to where, like, it is a lot that is going on at every minute. But, like, it's not so much that it feels cluttered. It's not so much that it feels like you can't understand what's going on. With this, it was like there was so much going on everywhere that my brain just could not comprehend everything at once. Maybe I was just really tired. Maybe I just need sleep. But there was too much going on. And the cameras was, like, the camera angles were so zoomed in. And it made everything feel really, not cheap, but just, I don't know, unfocused, if that makes any sense? I hope it's good. It didn't feel as original or as, interesting a concept as Amazing Digital Circus. Because Amazing Digital Circus is overrated. I think it got way more hype than it deserved. As much as I think, like, original concepts should get hype when they deserve it, Amazing Digital Circus was like, I don't know, it took over, and it was good. Was not the greatest show ever made, but it was good. But it was good, you know? Like, it was a fun time, it was an interesting concept, and the characters, like, instantly watching it, you look at these character designs, and, like, Kinger is iconic, Pomni has been absolutely abused by the horrible side of YouTube Kids, but, like, a very, very good character design. Jax was another great. They were all such creative and well-designed characters. Whereas with this new show, Gaslight District, it's like, I don't know. It had this element of, I feel like I've seen that before. Whereas with the other one, it's just like, oh my gosh, that's going to be a plushie in a day or two. I can see them making Jax plushies. I can see them making Kinger plushies. These things are marketable, cool character designs. With this new show, I wasn't really feeling that. And maybe it gets better past the first 5 minutes, but it just kind of, I don't know. It did not feel as unique or interesting as Digital Circus. So, we'll see. Anything could be good, anything could get better, and I should not judge everything based off the first 6 minutes, but I don't know. We'll see. What's my opinion of LeBron? I don't watch basketball, so I don't really know much about him. He was in Space Jam 2, though, wasn't he? That was a horrible movie. I don't think anybody should be, like, I don't know, judged by their appearance in Space Jam, so I will not. He was not good in that movie, though. Oh, this is about to get really hard, crud. Do I know how to make music? Okay, that is actually a fascinating question. Do I know how to make music well? No, I don't. I'm not really good at making music. But have I tinkered around and made some songs? Yeah, I have. Back in the day, when I was a kid, I used to play with GarageBand loops, like 24/7, and just string together songs full of loops. And I was like, I felt so creative. I felt like I was such a cool artist doing it. And at the end of the day, it's like, wow, good job, kid. You were able to string together 5 loops. But you know what? That, again, like, with the other things I've talked about, that was a gateway into doing more. And so I started getting into, like, Logic Pro. I started doing a little bit of stuff in there. And I created a song. Now, it wasn't a song with words. I don't sing. But I love listening to music from movies, like soundtracks. That is the kind of music I love and I listen to. And so I decided I was going to make a song that sounded like it was from a movie. And I made this piratey song. I think that's even what it was called. I called it Piratey. So, super creative name. You can hear a part of that song in the short I made with all of my characters. I think the pirate section, where you've got the people on the boat, and the boat explodes or something, I didn't know what I was going to do with that, and it kind of turned into, like, the boat exploding. It was fine, not the best, but I knew I was going to use that pirate song I made. It's not the best, because, like, I didn't use very good instruments or anything, but I think if it was played by an actual orchestra, if it was played by something good, I think it would be a cool song, you know? So, I don't know if I'll ever get around to, like, actually using that song in something, but I think it was a decent song, you know? Man, the timing. Oh, I can just duck here, can't I? Yeah, I can. And then I die, so, oh well. Soft or crispy bacon? On a burger. Don't care after that. As long as it's on a burger and it's good, I will eat it. Crispy is probably better than soft, though. Like, okay, yeah, crispy is so much better than soft. Let me see. I got a guitar. I'm thinking about playing it, but I can't find any good videos to teach me. Dang, that stings. There's gotta be a good video out there somewhere. I would not know. I am not into guitar. I played the piano as a kid. Guitar, that was always my brother's thing. I keep talking about my brothers. They're incredible. One of them is a cartoonist. He's really good at drawing stuff, which is like, that's, in a way I got really lucky, because like he had a bunch of drawing equipment and art and apps and stuff, and I was able to use those to create Bacon Guy. Now, I think the way I described it was like using Picasso's paintbrush to create stick figures, because like I was using these incredible apps to just make, I don't know, Bacon Guy, who's a cool character, but like not a complex design. So, I don't know. My brother is so talented when it comes to cartoon stuff, though. And then my other brother is really good at guitar. He's really good at that. He's also really good at analyzing movies. And so a lot of the different shorts I make are based on just conversations we have about movies, because he has such good and different insights from me. And then I've got another brother who, he's really just creative, and he's really good with, like, recently he's been making these stop motions that are just, like, fantastic, man. So, I don't know. They're all pretty cool people, in my opinion. I might be a little bit biased, obviously, but I think they're all pretty cool. Let me see. Do you remember me? You reply to my comments sometimes. I'm the guy who asked about Undertale and Deltarune, and you also featured my comment in a Q&A. Dude, that is absolutely awesome. Just based off of your profile picture, there are a few people that, like, I can tell at this point, oh, that's that person. They said this thing. That's so cool. I don't recognize your profile picture right off, so I do apologize. But that's so cool. Thank you so much, man. That was not gonna save me. I don't know. I feel bad. There's a lot of people that, like, I'm at the point where, I don't know, my channel, it's got the little check mark. So, like, I know for me, if I ever see a YouTuber or a famous YouTuber or anything like that reply to one of my comments, I've even, like, taken pictures of those and saved it, because it's just like, oh my gosh, this person replied to me. I watched this person. That's so cool. And so I assume that it could be like that for you guys for me, which is like really, really weird to think about. But I don't know, on my end, a lot of it, it's just like, I read so many comments a day, you know? And so I thank you guys so much for your comments, but a lot of the time, like, if I don't recognize you right off, if I can't remember exactly what you said, I apologize. I thank you so much for the comments you've given, and I try to read and, like, retain as much as I can, but dude, like, there are so many comments a day, man. So, I try my best, especially with the people that show up to things like streams, and the people that watch all the Q&As and stuff like that. Dude, you guys are immaculate. You guys give me the ability to do this in the first place. I would never be able to do any of this without you guys, so thank you so much. You said Papyrus was your favorite? I'm Sans, I'm basic. You know what? That's amazing, man. Sans, honestly, is one of the better characters in the game. Papyrus, I don't know, Papyrus is just so funny to me, though, you know? All of the characters in that game are so well written, though. I've talked about Deltarune before. Deltarune, in my opinion, is massively inferior Undertale. Like, the music is absolutely incredible. Like, 10 out of 10 soundtrack. The game itself, though, I thought the combat was a lot worse. I thought that, the characters were not near as well written. Because Undertale, like, how do you live up to Undertale? We're either nearing or we've passed the 10-year anniversary of Undertale, if you want to feel old. That's crazy, man. And it did have just such a giant cultural impact, man. Yay, we made it through. Alright, let me see. Have I watched Severance? If so, do you like it? I have seen Severance. And again, off the top of, like, just saying that, it might seem like, oh, but you don't like things with cursing and stuff. Wow, how on earth would you have watched that? Severance is, like, R-rated. It is R-rated. I watch a lot of things with filters and stuff. Just to remove that stuff, because I don't know, I don't like it, I don't find it edifying. And so with Severance, there is a lot of stuff that is removed, but the core story, it's still there, it's still intact, and I think, I'm gonna be real, it is one of the coolest and most unique story ideas and concepts that I've ever seen. It is so well done. And it's made by, what's-his-face, oh, why can't I remember his name? Ben Stiller. It's made by Ben Stiller. And it's just absolutely fantastic, man. It's, okay, so the plot is, there's this guy, or there's this company that has its workers, and its workers are severed. Their lives are severed in between two different places. When they are at work, they are their work self. When they are at home, they are their home self. Their mind is split into two parts, and the home self doesn't know what the work self knows. The work self doesn't know what the home self knows. So for the for the home self, he will go to work, he will get in the elevator, and then instantly, it's over. He gets out of the elevator and he is done with his job. Because the other self took over. Like when he gets in the elevator, the other self gets activated and his home self gets like, I don't know, he gets put away, I guess. He disappears. And so for the work guy though, the work guy works. That is his entire life. That is all he does. And so when he gets in the elevator to go home, the elevator doors open and he's back to work. That's all he knows. That's all he does. And that's kind of the point of the show. Their lives are split. The company, by the way, is doing horrible things. And the people who work for the company don't know it because their minds are split. And so the whole point of the show is basically the work self and the other self, the home self, are pretty much two different people. But they're both full people. And they both have dreams, they both have things they like, they both have things that they enjoy that the other person doesn't. And so they, even though they are the same person, they become different people. And the question is, which one is really the person? The character's name is Mark. Which one, the work self or the home self, is really Mark? It's a great concept for a show. It's so cool. It's got really cool mysteries. I did not like Season 2 as much. I thought Season 2 did a lot of things really, really well, especially the band scene in the final episode. Like, that felt the most Severance of the entire show. It was so eerie. It was so weird. But I don't know. Season 2, it did not have momentum in the way that the first season did. Like, every episode in Season 1, accomplished something. Every episode pushed the story forward. Season 2 of Severance had 10 episodes. I think they both have so far. Season 2, you could have cut at least 3 of those episodes, and you would not have lost anything. There was an entire episode that followed, like, the boss character. You could have turned that into, like, a 5-minute scene. It did not need to be a 40-minute episode. It felt like a lot of it was just playing for time and trying to push... I don't know. It was not good. I thought where it went, the end, how Season 2 ended on kind of a cliffhanger, it was a good cliffhanger. It was good enough where it's like, okay, I'll try Season 3. But it was not as good of a ride as Season 1. Season 1 has a really, really good ride. Whereas Season 2, a lot of the time, it kind of stalls. And you're just kind of waiting for it to get there. And it does get there, but so much of it could have been cut. It felt like half a season. Whereas the first season felt like a full, complete season that used every minute. This felt like half a season with a lot of filler. And I don't know. Was not a fan of that. Alright, let me see. And I am Rob. Yes, you are, RoboGamer. Have you thought of making a tier list video? I've made a few tier list videos. Usually what I do for the Super Bowl is I did it once at least. I did like a trailer tier list of all the different trailers that had just come out. Tier list videos are a lot harder though, just because of the tier list itself, you know? Like making the tier list takes a lot of time. And so that short was at that point the longest I'd ever spent working on a short. So I don't know, tier list videos are a lot harder to make than ranking videos. Because ranking videos, you just put a number there. With tier lists, you have to actively have like... You have to build the tier list and get all the pictures for that. And it's a lot harder. So I don't do those as much, but I probably should do more. Sans fight took me 2 weeks. What about you? Have not beaten Sans yet. I want to get back into that game and try that. I have not beaten Sans. I got what? There's 25 phases to the Sans fight, I think. Like, you have to attack him 25 times to finish it. I didn't get to the, to his secret move or whatever it is, his super powerful move, but I got within, like, 2 or 3 moves of it. So I can't say I've beaten Sans. I did get pretty far, but I have not beaten it. Let me see. Oh, we were talking about Severance. Sorry, I probably should have said that multiple times. Please answer, will you make a childhood crushes video? I don't know. I don't want to get into a lot of that. I don't know. There's... People on the internet get weird about cartoon characters, you know? And I don't want to feed into that in any way. Because, I don't know. People on the internet are weird. So I will feed into it when it comes to, like, really weird concepts. Like, which Disney princess has touched grass canonically, or when did they do that? That's a funny concept. That's not weird or offensive or can be taken in any way. But like the crushes thing, I don't know, like people are really, really weird with a lot of those characters. So I try to kind of steer away from that section of cartoon characters, if that makes any sense, you know? Does your mascot have a name, or is it just Bacon Guy? The mascot is Bacon Guy. Like that's always been his name since I've been drawing him since I was a kid. He has always just been Bacon Guy, which is kind of boring, but it's a cool name. Win or lose season 2 work? I already talked about that earlier. I don't think it needs a season 2. It could get one, and it could be good, but like I don't think it needs one, and I don't think it's gonna get one. Favorite Undertale route? I mean, it's got to be the normal one. The normal one has the full story, you know, the pacifist route, I guess. But the genocide route, I think that's why Undertale is such a classic. That's why it's so good, because it does both routes incredibly well. They're both just full and complete stories. And you get stuff out of doing both. So like if you've just played the pacifist route and you've not done the route where you kill everything, the genocide route, and you're just like, oh, I could never kill these characters, there is so much cool story content locked behind killing the characters. So put away your morals for a moment and stab them in the face. It's so cool. The entire... Oh yeah, in the pacifist run, the laboratory section, that is incredible. But then in the genocide route, you've got near the end, where if you play without killing anything, all of the monsters tell you the story of the land. If you play the genocide route, one of the main villains tells you his story in that section instead. And with his story and then with the laboratory scene, you get the full and complete picture, and it's so cool and so well written. So I think you have to play both. If you want the whole experience, you gotta play both. You gotta kill them all. You gotta do it. Yeah. Okay, as someone who has beaten Sans 5 times, the best way to beat him is to keep trying... You scrolled away. Is to keep trying over and over and over and over. That's what I did for a while. I tried over and over and over and could not do it. And then I just have not picked up that game in a good while, you know? It was the same with Farewell, which is the final level in Celeste, the game I'm currently playing. I tried it again and again and again, and I couldn't do it. And then I picked it up one day when I had the time, and I just played and played and played, and eventually I was able to beat it. So yeah, one day I'll probably try beating Sans if I really want to again. Maybe, man, Undertale. It's been a while since I've played that game. That's a fun game. That's a fun game. When's Bacon Girl coming? Probably never. Never canonically did Bacon Girl exist. I don't think any of my characters that I made as a kid were female. Like, I didn't even think about it as a kid. I was just making the characters, but, like, none of them were female. I think one of them, Screamy, looks kind of female, I guess, because of, like, the hair and their body is a triangle. But in my head, the Screamy is... They're the only one that there is an army of. Like, there are a lot of Screamies. That is a race of, not humans, but of creatures. And in my head, I guess they were guys. So, I don't know. I don't really have any female characters. I apologize. Let's be clean. Oh, was someone cursing? Yeah, sorry, man. No cursing in here. I thought I blocked that. Interesting. Spoiler alert, Snow White is bad. Whoa!
You don't say.
Yeah, I expected Snow White would be pretty horrible. What time is it? It's 11:13. I'll probably hang out for another few minutes, you know? How far into Deltarune did you make it? I beat chapters 1 and 2, I'm pretty sure. So I think I did all of it. Like... Deltarune was one of those things, because I loved Celeste. No, not Celeste. I loved Undertale, okay? Like, that was, again, one of the greatest games I've ever played. I had problems with it, but, like, I loved it. Deltarune, I wanted it to be so good. It was kind of like how I played Plants vs. Zombies 2. I played so much of that game because I kept wanting it to be like the original, and it never got as good. And so I played it based on, like, how much I enjoyed the original without actually, like, enjoying it for what it was. And because Plants vs. Zombies 2 was not that good. And Deltarune was the same. Like, it was not as good as Undertale in any real capacity. The storytelling... the music was. The music was absolutely amazing. But everything else, not really. Bugs Bunny dies in Space Jam 2. Oh, good for him. Have I ever played Superliminal? I've not played that. Oh, no, that's the game where you can, like... shrink and grow things with perspective. I think there's Superliminal and then there's Subliminal. They're really confusing that those games came out within the last like 5 or 6 years and they have really similar names, so sorry about that if I got them mixed up. But yeah, I played that game. I think I beat it. It is a game that messes with your head. It was super cool, man. I think that was the only game I played with Xbox Game Pass. It was a good one. Do I like Tawog? I'm guessing you mean The Amazing World of Gumball? I've seen it. I've only seen like 2 or 3 episodes. That's another one. I think The Amazing World of Gumball, Avatar The Last Airbender, The Ninjago Show. People really want me to watch that. Those are on the top of my list. So if I ever get around to watching another show, it's going to be one of those 3. People keep suggesting other things like, oh, you need to watch The Owl House, or oh, you need to watch this anime show. And maybe, probably not. It takes me so long to watch these things that it's like, I need to watch the things that are near the top of the list, the most pressing ones. The Amazing World of Gumball is one of those, so I'll hopefully watch that at some point. You should play Jackbox games on stream. I don't know. Maybe at some point. If I couldn't choose bacon, what food would I choose for a mascot? Another one of my characters is a carrot, so it probably would have been him. Either that or Idaho, but that's not a food, so I'm going to give you carrot as the answer. Thoughts on Hawkeye, the character or the show? I'm gonna probably answer both. Hawkeye as a character is awesome. Like, he really is just the dad of the Avengers team, you know? And he's great. Like, as a kid, I never really liked him. I didn't like Black Widow either. Like, obviously, you're there for the superpowered ones. Those two are the boring ones. The more I watched it, though, it's just like, dude, he's such a cool character. He's really well written. He kind of goes off the rails in Endgame. That was a little bit weird, but like, he's so cool. Jeremy Renner is such a cool actor in that role. I don't know. He's awesome. They do a really good job with him, and he completes the Avengers in a way, you know? But as for the show, I thought it was okay. Of all of the Marvel Disney Plus shows, Hawkeye and WandaVision were the 2 that I liked the most, but I still had a lot of problems with them, you know? And with Hawkeye, I don't know, it didn't feel like it was enough, you know? It didn't get me to care about too many of the extra characters. It had Hawkeye, who was great. And then the girl, Kate Bishop, she was pretty good. She's one of the few characters they've added that I actually really like. Like, people really want you to like Mrs. Marvel. They want you to love Mrs. Marvel. Never liked Mrs. Marvel. I do like Kate Bishop. I thought she was pretty okay. But the show itself was fine. It was fine. It was, I don't know. Part of me says I need to rewatch it, but like, I don't think there was enough there that I would want to rewatch it, you know? It was cool to see more of Hawkeye. I like him. Feel like he probably should have gotten a movie at some point. Let me see. Rank Star Wars movies. Off the top of my head, I would put... this is sacrilege and heresy, but Star Wars Episode 8 of the numbered ones is my favorite to watch just because it's like, I don't know, it's an enjoyable train wreck. It's a lot of fun. But it also has a lot of things that are really, really well written and well done. So Star Wars Episode 8 would be up there. Episode 5, Episode 4, those are both really, really good. I'm not a huge fan of the prequels. I love a lot of scenes from the prequels. I love a lot of ideas in the prequels, but the movies themselves I don't think are fun to watch. The Clone Wars, though, is absolutely incredible. So the prequels would be pretty low. I don't remember Episode 6 being great, but it's probably pretty good. Episode 9 is a travesty with like 1 or 2 good scenes, but overall is an absolute train wreck. Episode 9, in my opinion, is what people say about Episode 8. Because Episode 8 has a lot of problems, but they treat it like it's the worst thing ever made. And there's a good argument for why it is. I don't personally think it is. Episode 9 is so much worse. Rogue One is actually better than any of the numbered Star Wars movies, in my opinion. And then Episode 7? It's just a worse Episode 1 with better special effects. The special effects in that movie are some of the greatest of all time. It's the most expensive movie ever made, so you would hope it would look good. It looks awesome. So, that's not a, like, official Bacon Guy ranking, but off the top of my head, that's probably where I'd put them all. Solo is mid. Well, I'm gonna go. Well, see you later, man. Thank you so much for coming. Would you pay me 1 penny? Probably not. Is bacon your favorite food? Not even, which... Controversial to say, but yeah, bacon is not my favorite food. I like it in something or on something. By itself, I don't know. I'm not just going to eat a piece of bacon, but if it's on a sandwich, I feel like it's that X factor that makes something that's good into something that's great. So, dude, bacon's good. Alan Becker content? I feel like I've seen this comment before. I apologize if I've not replied to it. I don't know what you mean. Let me look up Alan Becker real quick. I think Bacon mains King DDD in Super Smash Brothers. You are correct. I do, and I love that guy. Alan Becker. American animator and YouTube. Oh, is he the Stickman guy? Animation versus Minecraft. Animation versus stick figures. Okay. I may have seen 1 or 2 of his videos before. I've not watched him a lot. He's not someone that I watch regularly, but I may have seen 1 or 2 of his videos before. I mean, I assume, listen, with most animators on YouTube, dude, I've gotten to the point where I need to learn animation, and now I watch people who animate, and it's just like, whoa, that is so cool. That must have taken forever. So I have a much bigger respect for animation as a genre now, and I don't know. He animates? Mad respect to the guy. Mad respect. Let me see. Favorite movie series? I mean, Avengers is awesome. Spider-Verse. Actually, Spider-Verse is definitely number 1. Okay. Lord of the Rings is number 1 as far as movie series go, because it is the perfect trilogy. Spider-Verse is number 2, but will be number 1 if 3 is as good as 1 and 2. Those movies are absolutely incredible. And Marvel is good up until Endgame. Or, like, a few movies before. Like, Ant-Man and the Wasp was not great. Captain Marvel was not great. And then I didn't think Endgame was that great. So, Avengers... as a series is amazing until after Infinity War. And then Endgame has some good parts to it, but it is not a great movie in my opinion. Alright, I should probably bring this to a close just because, like, I need to finish my short. And I'd like to not be up past, like, I don't know. I don't like staying up too late for these. But let me see. I'll probably answer 1 or 2 more. Alan Becker's really good. Yeah, I believe it. Confirmed Bacon Guy isn't a cannibal. I mean, it depends. If I still eat bacon in something, I mean, you're still a cannibal if, like, you put a little bit of human in your coffee, you know, just to make it taste better. That I'd still say you're a cannibal. You're ingesting human. So I ingest bacon. I would say, yeah, technically cannibal. Have a good night, Bacon Guy. You have a good night too, Captron. Thank you so much for coming. Let me see. Do I like Halo? Yeah, I do. It's a pretty good series. As a multiplayer series, it's incredible. As a single-player series, it's pretty okay. And as for just how it looks, oh, it's got such a cool style, man. It's incredible. Thoughts on Meatloaf the food? Mid. I'm not the biggest fan of Meatloaf. Bacon Guy, I'm a fan of your stuff. I also have a question. What do you like better, Mr. Incredible in his blue suit or red suit? Ooh, interesting question. I mean, the red suit is the iconic one. When you think The Incredibles, you think the red logo, you think the red suits, but the blue suit is really good, so I don't know. I think they're both really, really incredible. Dude, the fact that we got The Incredibles is wild. That movie is so crazy. I mean, it covers crazy topics. It's so perfectly well written. The characters are immaculate. The designs are incredible. It's such a good movie, man. And that's why Incredibles 2 is just so disappointing, because it did not live up. Cats or dogs? Which do you prefer? Dogs, every day. Cats are really funny to watch videos of. I don't have a cat or a dog, so I guess I can't really talk too much about it. But dogs, I don't know. They're cute. They're lovable. I love them. I am a dog person more than a cat person. Happy Easter, Bacon Guy. Happy Easter to you too. Thank you so much. Do you think Taskmaster will actually die in Thunderbolts? I'm going to say, this is going to be my last question. Will Taskmaster die? Yeah. It feels too obvious. It feels like everything is building for this character to die. So yeah, I want to say yes, but it feels so obvious that they're making me question whether Taskmaster will die, you know? Because number one, every single other actor has been confirmed to be returning for the next Avengers, except for Taskmaster. A lot of them were in the new trailers. Taskmaster wasn't really in the trailers at all. And then there was the thing where the asterisk, it's Thunderbolts asterisk. I think it was an asterisk with 6 prongs at the beginning, and now it's with 5 prongs. So everyone was just like, "Oh my gosh!" So that represents the members of the team, and one of them's gonna die. It's gonna be Taskmaster, and Taskmaster is also the character people hate the most. Like, people like the other characters on the squad, and I think they can do a lot of cool story things with them. I don't think Echo is that great of a character, but I kind of feel about Echo the way I feel about a lot of Marvel characters, where it's just like, they're not that well written. I don't hate them. There's nothing going for them. Taskmaster was one that people wanted to be good, and they kind of butchered the character from what I've seen a lot of people say. And so I think people want Taskmaster to die off. I think Taskmaster probably will, just because they're not a fan favorite, and they're not that big. Captain Marvel is not really a fan favorite either. Some people like Captain Marvel, but there is a large audience that doesn't. They're not going to kill off Captain Marvel. Taskmaster is about at the point where it's yeah, enough people don't like them, and they're not a big enough character where, yeah, I think it makes sense to kill them. But it makes too much sense, you know? It feels like it's such a big spoiler that, I don't know. It makes me question it. Or maybe they'll die in the intro or something. Maybe they're not even really that big in this movie. I think another character is going to die. I think Red Guardian is going to die, or I call him Bad Cap, but the Captain America, Sam Fisher? I don't know why that name popped into my head. Maybe that's his name. I don't know. Some other character in my mind is also going to die. So then why were they cast in the next Avengers film? A flashback. They could be in a flashback. They could totally... I think it's probably going to be Red Guardian, and there's going to be some kind of flashback in the Avengers movie where she sees her dad in the flashback or something, you know? I don't know. It makes sense. I think they're going to kill probably his character. I hope they don't. I love him, but I think they're going to kill him. And Taskmaster, yeah, they're probably going to kill Taskmaster. But there you go. Thanks for answering your question. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Bacon, remember me? I've been to almost every stream. Thank you so much, Jonah, for showing up to my streams. That is awesome. John Walker, thank you so much. That's it. That was it. So I'm going to say good night. Good night and God bless. Good night and God bless. Happy Easter. Happy Easter, guys. But, yep, there you go. This was fun. I enjoy doing these, man. I love doing them. Yep. See you guys later.